Thursday night in the Valley of the Sun of Phoenix, Arizona, and it's GCU women's soccer returning home from a road trip to the Great Northwest. Good evening, everybody, and welcome inside the GCU Soccer Stadium for tonight's Western Athletic Conference matchup between the visiting University of Texas Rio Grande Valley Vaqueros and your Grand Canyon University Antelopes. I'm Kyle Borg, alongside Jack O'Hara, and Jack, the GCU women's soccer team, they're coming off a road trip split up at Seattle University over the weekend.
Well, they snapped Seattle's 7-game winning streak when it came to victories in the Western Athletic Conference, so you got to give credit to where credit's due when it comes to Coach Sissel's staff. And hey, you come away with the split. Marlene Schimmer comes out firing out of the gate strong, picking up her second goal in that second game, leading the Lopes to that victory. And there's plenty of opportunity to be had going into this weekend. You got 2 here at home against the Vaqueros. You at least split this worst case scenario, then you head on the road Midwest to Chicago State. Hopefully you take 2 there before taking on what will be a very formidable opponent in California Baptist.
Yeah, you mentioned those next 2 matchups for the Lopes. Chicago State sitting at the bottom of the WAC right now at 0-7 in the conference, 0-9 on the season, so you would likely assume you pick up 2 wins in Chicago, and then you're coming back here for your final home series against the visiting Lancers of California Baptist, who sit atop the Western Athletic Conference right now, just above the Redhawks and the Wolverines, where the Lopes sit in 6th currently. They come into this one at 2-7 on the year, 2-3 in the Western Athletic Conference. And Jack, they're paced by J.C. Ironshad, the leading goal scorer at the moment.
And J.C. Ironshad, I mentioned Marlene Schimmer picking up her second goal. J.C. Ironshad as well has been really clicking on all cylinders offensively for Coach Sissel. Look for her to do more of the same tonight, starting in this one against the Vaqueros, looking to fire up this offense, looking for that leading spark right out of the get-go.
Yeah, Jordan Ferguson, she'll make her second career start on the evening in goal for the Lopes. Started the last game up in Seattle. More on that in just a moment. Well, the team starting to line up for the walkout. The Vaqueros will be in the visiting white uniforms today with white shorts, white socks. Their goalkeeper will be in all pink. Lopes in the purple with the purple shorts, purple socks. Their goalkeeper in the neon green goalkeeper jersey, with the referees wearing orange tonight. And Vaqueros coming to this one at 6-3-2 on the year, 3-3-1 in the Western Athletic Conference. Well, as the teams head out for the Talking Stick Resort starting lineups, the prayer and the national anthem, we'll go ahead and send you down to the field with the public address announcer, Jim Howell.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the beautiful GCU Soccer Stadium here at Grand Canyon University for tonight's exciting women's soccer action. Tonight's Western Athletic Conference matchup features the Vaqueros of the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley and your Grand Canyon University Antelopes. Here are tonight's starting lineups, beginning with the visitors, the UTRGV Vaqueros. On defense, number 3, Delaney Carroll. Midfielder, number 6, Anna Torslov. Defender, number 7, Libby Bilefus. Defender, number 9, Nadia Colon. Forward, number 10, Emily Zapata. Midfielder, number 12, Anna Barkey. Forward, number 14, Madi Lise Lilama. Defender, number 16, Cheyenne Swift. Midfielder, number 17, Kalia Beckwith. Midfielder number 21, Gina Steiner. And in goal tonight for the Vaqueros, number 1, Miley Lunardi. The head coach for the Vaqueros is Glad Bugario. Assistant coaches Sue Vodka, Silviu Telespan, and Jorge Diaz. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's the starting lineup for your GCU Lopes. At forward, a 5'8" sophomore, number 4, Rayan Jones. At forward, a 5'11" senior, number 9, Cameron Larson. At midfield, a 5'2" freshman, number 10, Reese Mendenhall. At defender, number 18, a 5'9" junior, Anna Whitaker. At defender, a 5'8" senior, number 19, Hannah Edwards. At forward, a 5'5" sophomore, number 20, Lindsay Prokop. At defender, a 5'5" junior, number 21, Perry Belser. At midfield, a 5'7" junior, number 23, Noah Johnson. At defender, a 5'5" sophomore, number 24, Raquel Hagar. At forward, a 5'6" junior, number 27, Marlene Shimmer. And in goal tonight for your Lopes, a 5'7" freshman, number 22, Jordan Ferguson. The assistant coaches are Edgar Ansaldo and Ben Parman. And the head coach for your Lopes is Chris Sissel. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask you now to please rise if you are able. And gentlemen, please remove your hats or caps. We begin tonight with a word of prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you. We thank you for the chance to come together for this blessed event, and we thank you for all the blessings and challenges you provide for us each and every day. We ask for the ultimate wisdom from our coaches and our officials tonight, and we ask that the supreme talents of all of our players come out in the bounds of good sportsmanship. We thank you and we give you all the glory, and we love you. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you remain standing and join us as we honor our great nation with the playing of our national anthem. Officials for tonight's
contest.
Let's
go ahead and recap
Jordan
those Talking
Castelleo,
Stick
Melissa
Resort
Beck,
starting lineups for you one more time. First, for the host, Grand Canyon University Lopes. They will start number 4, Rayan Jones, number 9, Cameron Larson, number 10 in her second career start, Reese Mendenhall, number 18, Anna Whitaker, number 19, Hannah Edwards, number 20, Lindsay Prokop, number 21, Perry Belzer, number 23 in just her second start of the season, Noah Johnson, Raquel Hagar makes her second start as well. She wears the number 24. And rounding out the field players for the Lopes is the junior transfer from Arizona State, number 27, Marlene Schimmer. And in the goal for your Lopes is number 22 in her second career start as well, Jordan Ferguson, who has allowed 1 goal on the season. She's giving up .55 goals a game. She has 9 saves, saving the ball at 90%, and she is 1-0 for this Lopes team. And now the Talking Stick Resort starting lineups for the visiting Vaqueros of UTRGV. They will start number 3, Delaney Carroll, number 6, Anna Torzlov, also one of the captains on this Vaqueros squad, number 7, Elizabeth Balefus, number 9, Nadia Colon, number 10, Emily Zapata, the other captain, number 12, Anna Barkey, number 14, Mari Lise Lilima, number 16, Cheyenne Swift, number 17, Kalia Beckwith, and number 21, Gina Steiner to round out their field players. And in the goal for the Vaqueros, wearing the pink goalkeeper jersey, will be number 1, the redshirt junior, Miley Lenardi, who is given up 8 goals on the season. She's given up .71 goals a game. She has 50 saves on the year. She's saving the ball at 86%. She is 5-3-2 on the year with 5 shutouts and the reigning WAC Defensive Player of the Week. And let's go ahead and take a look at the Sanderson Ford 3 keys to the games and how can the Lopes win it. Jack?
Final stretch, Kyle. 2 more homestands here at GCU, looking to again take advantage of this opportunity. You got 2 here against the Vaqueros. You walk away with at least 1 heading in to that road trip against Chicago State, looking to win both those games. And of course, time for first. You had Reese Mendenhall and Brenna Alderson picking up their first goals of the game on that road trip. Look for them to contribute more, and of course multiple contributors. 4 goals scored by the Lopes against the Redhawks on that road trip, all scored by 4 different players. Look for that, again, diversity out there offensively for the Lopes.
Those were your Sanderson Ford 3 keys to the games, and the first foul of the game goes to Rayanne Jones of the Lopes, and the Vaqueros will take over. Larson has it on this near side for GCU, wearing the purple jerseys once again. She will turn it over, and now here comes Barkey of UTRGV. Looking out wide, but it's going to trickle over the goal line, and Ferguson will pick up the goal kick, her first of the game. Larson trying to flick it on with the header, can't do it now. It'll bounce out wide. This is Perry Belzer with it on the far end for GCU. In the middle, there's Mendenhall with it. She gets it taken away. Whitaker comes over. She'll play one long to Reese Mendenhall. Gets the poke to it. Lopes still trying to fight for possession. UTRGV takes over. That's Zapata. Now the Lopes defense takes over, and they will start things back with Jordan Ferguson and reset the offense and try and get something going. Just 2 minutes into this one already here on this beautiful Thursday night. It was a hot one today in Phoenix, Jack. It's cooled off just a little bit as we get to kickoff.
It's starting to be that time of year again, Kyle.
Starting to be that time of year. Normally at this point in the season for the Lopes, it's getting a little cooler for them. But because we switched seasons, it's a little bit of the opposite. They started the year in the colder weather, and now it is getting a little bit hotter. It's probably going to be hot all week long, I would assume.
It ain't November, ladies and gentlemen.
80 degrees here again today, just about, probably more like 88. It was a hot one walking over to the stadium as that one's kicked out of bounds, and the Lopes will take over. Raquel Hagar will throw it in. Mendenhall for Hagar. She'll get the return pass. Tried to go through the legs, but couldn't do it. Now Schimmer picks it up, and she turns it over. Zapata takes it away. And now UTRGV will go long, but it's right for Hannah Edwards. Slots through. Jones is going to get there. She will touch around. Lenardi got a hand to it and just enough to poke it away from Rayanne Jones, but Larson still with it threatening. Lopes are going to get a throw in. Good play from Miley Lenardi. That one was played into no man's land, and she got just enough of it to get it away from Rayanne Jones, who almost had a wide open look at the 8x24-foot net.
Well, 3 minutes into this game, the first real threat, Kyle, for Miley Lenardi in this game as the Lopes continue to look to put the pressure on, trying to give Jordan Ferguson something to work with, an early lead in this game. Again, the Lopes would love to take the first game of this 2-game set, try to build that momentum after that win in Seattle.
Shimmer in the middle, down to Larson. Shot is deflected. Here's the rebound. Mendenhall back across the front, and it's cleared away from the doorstep by UTRGV. Lenardi for the Vaqueros, Jack, has only given up 8 goals on the season. She leads the WAC in saves, in first in save percentage. She's third in the goals against category and goals against average, so that's why she's got 3 Defensive Player of the Week honors and the reigning Defensive Player of the Week right now in the conference.
And you partner that up with Emily Zapata on the offensive side as well. They are very well balanced, both offensively and defensively, leading to those 6 wins thus far.
UTRGV sitting in 4th place in the Western Athletic Conference behind CBU, Seattle, and Utah Valley. And those 4 teams very close at the top of the conference. Lopes sitting in 6th, right behind New Mexico State. That one cleared out of play. Lopes going to get another throw in, and the Lopes have had the majority of the attacking chances so far in this first 4.5 minutes of play. See if they can keep the pressure up.
Can't complain if you're Coach Sissel at this point. Should be interesting to see how both offenses perform as we get going in the later stages of this first half, with both teams again riding that momentum offensively.
Ball got cleared away and out of bounds near that corner flag. Lopes going to pick up another throw-in. They'll go long again in the middle. Jones has it headed away. Shimmer got a touch to it. Still floating around. Here are the Lopes now with it on the end line. Deflected out of play. They should get a corner out of this. They will. Just their 17th corner as a team this season. See if the Lopes can threaten a little bit from this set piece. On the defensive side for the Lopes, they've given up quite a few goals off set pieces. As Shimmer will head over to the corner and take it from the far side for GCU. Trying to put them up 1-0. Shimmer plays it in. That gets headed to the back post and cleared away for a moment, and that pass attempt for from Hannah Edwards gets taken out of play. Whitaker will come over. She's going to take the throw, or that's Hagar coming over to take the throw for the Lopes. Gets it to Larson. Jostling for some position, takes a big touch to the corner, has it deflected and cleared out of bounds for a corner first, says the assistant referee on the far end. He says that ball was out of play before it got cleared for a corner kick. Lopes a little bit confused as well. They thought it was going to be a throw. But instead, Shimmer will head over for her second corner kick in the last minute and a half. Played in, headed away. Nobody home to clean it up. Mendenhall is going to come onto it. UTRGV takes over. They're going to have a free kick, it looks like, in the back. So it's going to be a foul on Reese Mendenhall of the Lopes, and UTRGV clears it away. Hagar. Larson can't take it away from Bielfus, and now it's Barkey with it. Barkey plays it in the middle. There's the drop pass for Torslov, back in the middle for Lily Ma. Edwards takes it away. Steiner took too big of a touch, trying to find Rayanne Jones. She's going to end up with it now. She's got one man to beat. onto her right foot. She'll have a go, but it's right into the awaiting hands of Miley Lenardi. And an easy stop for her, but a good look for the Lopes. Brianne Jones just taking her 6th shot of the season. Her 3rd on frame so far.
Really only opportunity she had right there with 4 defenders closing in on her at the last second there. But regardless, the Lopes offense putting the pressure early against Miley Lenardi, which is something you like to see as she's coming off, again, her 6th career shutout, the team's 5th shutout of the season against the Aggies last go-around. So if anything else, the Lopes testing the goalkeeper early on.
Slide tackled away, but a foul on Reese Mendenhall. That looked clean from up here. Looked like she got an awful lot of the ball. Referee disagrees. Another foul on the Lopes. Free kick taken. Takes a deflection out of play, and Bielfus will pick it up for for UTRGV. Played in, Zapata behind the line. Here's Zapata taken away in a corner kick for UTRGV. No offsides on a throw, and Vaqueros tried to take advantage of Emily Zapata, their leading goal scorer, tied at the top with 3. Getting in behind that back line for the Lopes, and they're going to need to know where she is at all times. Here comes the corner kick for UTRGV, the 42nd or the 41st on the season for them. Bielfus plays it in, took a deflection off the hands of Ferguson, and Barkey's gonna score.
Well, that is definitely a play that's going to keep Jordan Ferguson up tonight. If UTRGV is able to come away with this one. Again, plenty of soccer left to be played. We're not even 10 minutes into this one, Kyle, but that one's slipping right out of the fingertips of Jordan Ferguson, allowing UTRGV to get out to an early advantage after GCU's offense held control offensively in Vaqueros territory for the majority of these first 10 minutes.
So a goal from the Vaqueros, 9.5 minutes into this one. Bielfus just took a touch to Barkey, and Barkey just one-timed it to the front of the net, and it was right at Jordan Ferguson. She just couldn't close it and catch it in her hands, as Anna Barkey's going to pick up her first goal on the season.
Well, it was perfectly executed from every angle, Kyle, but I don't think Barkey got enough on it, or at least as much as she wanted to. But nonetheless, like we just mentioned, Jordan Ferguson just not getting a good grasp on it, leading to that 1-0 lead.
Assist by Bielfus gives UTRGV the 1-0 lead 10 minutes in here at the GCU Soccer Stadium. So the Lopes got to dig themselves out of a 1-0 hole. Barkey gets it taken away by Hagar. Hagar trying to find Shimmer, can't do it. Taken away in the middle. Here's Steiner. She's got Barkey with her. She's going to give it to her. In the middle, Zapata. Mendenhall trying to stay with her. She does good job this time to stay in front and force Zapata to try and make a move. Pokes it away. Shimmer, one touch in the middle. Here's Lindsay Prokop. She's got some space and a couple of Vaqueros trying to run her down from behind. She's got speed. She's going to use it. One big touch too many, but it gets through, and the Lopes still have it. Noah Johnson out wide. Perry Belzer with it. Lopes still with possession. Belzer in the middle trying to find Larson. Got a touch. No. It just goes over the outstretched foot of Cameron Larson, and it's a goal kick for Miley Lenardi.
Well, Lindsay Prokop nonetheless doing a nice job separating herself. Should have kept her eyes peeled there. She had a wide open Marlene Shimmer to her left, but setting up Cameron Larson nicely there, but again, close but no cigar for the Lopes as UTRGV and Miley Lenardi will set up on offense once again. Again, trying to take control early on in this first half. We mentioned the first 8.5 minutes or so, the Lopes keeping the ball in Vaqueros territory, looking to turn the tables up by 1.
And not a bad ball played in from Perry Belzer either. Played it right to the penalty spot, got exactly what she wanted from Cam Larson. Larson just couldn't connect with it on that short hop. She just needed a touch towards the net, and that one would have been a tough one for Lenardi. But the Lopes trying to threaten again. It's in the middle and taken away by Swift, who clobbers Larson, and now we're going to get a foul. Saw that one from up here with the outstretched forearm, pushing Larson off the ball. That's going to be on Cheyenne Swift, the transfer from South Carolina State. She's played in 9 games, and she started all 9 of those for the Vaqueros that she's been able to play in, and you can make it 10 starts and 10 appearances now for Swift. As Schimmer will take the free kick. She's threatened from here a couple times already this season at the GCU Soccer Stadium and scored from just outside the 18 on a free kick in Seattle on Saturday. We'll see what she does. She'll chip one in. Looked like she might have been trying to get to Larson and put it into no man's land, but maybe a little too strong on the chip.
A little too much power got underneath it just a little bit too, as that one stranded away from the Lopes senior Cameron Larson right into the hands. It was kind of a fly ball in a sense to Miley Lenardi, allowing UTRGV to set things up once again. But nice idea by the ASU transfer, again looking to fire her offense up in the early stages of this game.
Some might call that a can of corn to Miley Lenardi.
Some people.
As Mendenhall's taken out, and Lopes are going to get another free kick. And Zapata too close. She's going to pick up a yellow card possibly here. By rule, you got to be 10 yards away even without asking for it. And because Edwards was smart, there's the quick yellow. Yeah, referee not playing around with the distance today. That's a by-the-book yellow card. You can complain about it all you want, but nonetheless, it's a good call from the official. You can stand as close as you want, but because Edwards had the soccer IQ to kick it in the general area right at Emily Zapata, Lopes are going to pick up a free kick. Zapata's first yellow on the year. Edwards serves one up to the top of the penalty arc, and it takes a deflection through. Lopes can't get on the rebound. And now trying to catch UTRGV out of position. Schimmer can't win it. Zapata with it. Hagar sticks her foot in and wins the ball. Poked away from Mendenhall, but Lopes going to pick up a throw-in. Quickly done. In for Schimmer. Now it's taken away. Here comes UTRGV. Trying to find Emily Zapata on the outside. And it's poked away, and a throw-in coming for UTRGV. Looks like Beelfus is going to come over and take it for the Vaqueros. She's going to set up and go long into the middle. Takes one hop in. Whitaker chests it down, and UTRGV's got it. Slide tackled away. And now here come the Lopes. Out wide from Prokop to Schimmer. Schimmer makes a move. Return pass for Lindsay Prokop. We'll see if Prokop can make a move this time down the middle of the field. She comes, cuts back to her left. She's through. Prokop has a go, and it's well wide of the cage. And a goal kick coming for UTRGV.
Well, I was just going to say a little deja vu there for Lindsay Prokop, breaking away, separating herself from this Vaqueros defense over the middle of the field. Almost took that one to the house, but again, just wasn't able to quite size that one up. Just a tad bit to her left with that attempt there. Really nothing Miley Lenardi had to do about that one as she looks to set her offense up yet again.
Can't do it as Prokop takes it away, and now it's out wide for Perry Belzer. Belzer bumped off the ball for a second, but gets it back in the middle. Prokop takes it away. Prokop to her right foot has a go wide of the frame again. Back-to-back shots from Lindsay, both go wide.
Well, you like to see the aggression from number 20 early in this game. Just a little to her left on that kick moments ago, a little to her right there, trying to again spark this Lopes offense early on, coming off that split. Now, we talked to Coach before the game talking about trying to inspire and light that fire inside of his offense, trying to get going, especially during this homestand where you can set yourself up wonderfully if you're able to come away with 2 wins heading into that Chicago State road trip.
Yeah, first win in this series is a big one. Here's Schimmer at the moment. Schimmer trying to cut back to her left. She will. Schimmer has a go. Taken away. Rebound chance. Larson's going to be offside. Didn't establish herself back in the onside position. UTRGV takes over. But Jack, like you were just talking about, Coach Stitzel had to find ways to motivate his team up in Seattle, and he did it in the 30th minute after the Lopes went down 4-0 on Thursday. They gave up 4 goals in the first 30 minutes, including 2 in the first 7 minutes, and they were back-to-back goals as well, about a minute and a half apart. but he came out, he took out all 11 of his players at that moment, subbed his goalkeepers, and he kept plugging girls into places he thought that they would shine, and shine they have since that point. He said they lost the first 30 minutes against Seattle, as here comes Rayanne Jones. She takes it away. It's just Jones by herself in the middle. She's got Shimmer. Marlene has a go, and it's deflected out of play. Corner kick coming for the Lopes.
Well, Kalia Beckwith just happened to be there at the time when Shimmer went for that attempt, was able to get a piece of it, deflecting. The right idea there. I think Rayanne Jones had an opportunity to take it to the house herself. Opts better for, obviously, Marlene Shimmer with the stronger leg, but nonetheless, GCU coming up a little bit short. We'll see if they're able to, again, re-strategize here, reset deep in the box.
And it was a great pass, and it found just enough of daylight to get through. Shimmer's going to play the corner in front post. Headed up and is into the hands of Lenardi.
Well, again, coming off that shutout against the Aggies last weekend, Lenardi again with a lot of pressure on her right there, with almost every defender and offensive attribution for the Lopes in her box there for a second. As once again, she resets, hoping to keep things deep in enemy lines here for at least the next few minutes as she looks to regroup and recharge.
As here's Barkey, it's a 4-on-5. Looking to feed one through to Zapata, she will. Zapata looked across, and it's deflected for a throw-in. But to finish up that last point, Coach Sissel was saying that they lost that first 30 minutes 4-0, but over the next 150 minutes of the rest of that game on Thursday and the entirety of the game on Saturday, they won it 4-1 in favor of the goals. So the Lopes in the last 150 minutes, they've scored 4 times.
Well, you got to turn negatives into positives, Kyle. And of course, Coach Sissel was talking about motivating his players. We saw in the second game of that Seattle matchup coming away with the win, Marlene Shimmer obviously connecting for her second goal, as well as JC Ironshad that we talked about at the beginning of the broadcast. You know, when it comes to starting and benching players, they may be a little bit angry in the moment, but at the end of the day, that's what's going to fire them up to play better when they do get their opportunity out there on the field, and it's shown to prove just why Coach Sissel did what he did over the past, again, 150 minutes, like you said.
As Prokop gets it taken away, got all the ball that time, says the official. And now here comes Barkey of the Vaqueros, and we'll see JC Ironshad coming off the bench today. She scored on Saturday to put the Lopes up 2-0 as Marlene Shimmer scored the first one, and a little bit of a different lineup, but these are the best 11 players that Coach Sissel saw over the last week and into practice this week leading up to this one, and they've played pretty well early on, and you can't fault anybody in particular really for this 1-0 lead for the Vaqueros. It's just one of those ones that doesn't bounce your way, and now you're down 1-0 fighting to get it back, and the Lopes have had the majority of the offense and the possession and a lot of the chances also.
Well, it's only a matter of time. You mentioned Miley Lenardi coming off that shutout. I don't know if she's going to come away with a shutout here tonight the way the Lopes offense is performing thus far, putting a ton of pressure on her. And, you know, you talk about the 11 starters starting this one out for the Lopes, Kyle. Coach Sissel knows he's got a ton of depth as well, as it's only a matter of time before we see some substitutions early on in this half. He's got a lot at his arsenal. Danny Babb waiting to get into this one as well. You talk about JC Ironshad starting this one, really looking to spark this offense. He's got a lot of weapons in his arsenal that he's just waiting to use early on in this one.
And that bench always seems to provide a spark for the Lopes, especially when they go down by a goal or two, because they're not in an unfamiliar position right now. They have given up, the majority of those goals given up have been within the first 10 minutes of the year, or of the game this season. Then they've only been shut out 3 times through 10 games on the year. NAU, ASU, and Utah Valley haven't been shut out since they lost to Utah Valley on the 18th of February. They've scored at least 1 goal in every single match since that point. And in just her second start and 4th game played, Jordan Ferguson back there for the Lopes. Not her first time seeing action either, and she played really well in her first career start against one of the better teams in the WAC, Seattle University.
Well, unfortunately, Kyle, it kind of seemed to be a common theme with Hayden Wallace in front of the net with, you know, offensive scoring early on in each of those matchups for the Lopes. Of course, Coach Sissel kind of shaking things up in front of the net these last 2 go-arounds in these last 2 matchups, trying to get a feel for Jordan Ferguson, as she has earned these last 2 starts, no doubt, the way she's performed throughout the season when she's been able to get a few minutes here and there. And again, you cannot fault anybody for that first goal when it comes to the Vaqueros. Again, just did not go the Lopes' way. Really, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. The Lopes just trying to even things up, trying to forget about the past and move forward with the present, trying to, again, put more pressure right here, right now on Miley Lenardi.
As it's taken away by Reese Mendenhall, she's going to look to find Prokop all the way to the end line, and it's going to get out of play for a goal kick. And the freshman goalkeeper for the Lopes, Hayden Wallace, out of Glendale, Arizona, stands at 5 foot, Jordan Ferguson from Phoenix, Arizona, stands at 5'7", and she's not unfamiliar with a couple of these players on the back line for the Lopes either. She played her high school soccer with her older sister Tyler, who's going to come off the bench today for the Lopes, and Raquel Hagar, who's in the starting lineup on this right back or on the left back position for the Lopes here this evening.
Well, it's definitely nice to see a few familiar faces when you're out there, again, making your second start. You build that team rapport, that chemistry early on. Hopefully it all clicks for her tonight in these, again, latter stages of this first half leading into the second half.
Yeah, about 22 and a half minutes into this one now. It's still a 1-0 Vaquero lead. Lopes still with the majority of the possession as they poke it out of play with Cameron Larson, and a throw-in coming for UTRGV. Neither side has made a substitution just yet, and UTRGV's only got about 6 or 7 players to choose from down here on their bench. Lopes, of course, with their full squad because it is a home match for them here this evening. Johnson has it taken away and then will regain possession and will reset it with Perry Belzer in the back. Belzer does have an assist on the year. She almost picked up a second one with Cameron Larson about 8 or so minutes ago. Larson just couldn't quite connect with it. Lopes still looking for a decent shot on net that really challenges Lenardi. The shots they've taken have been pretty much right at her and have been easier stops. So if they can test her, they might find themselves tied here as Prokop will find Shimmer. Back for Prokop. Her touch is too strong as Swift came on to challenge. And you can see that Vaquero defense still trying to figure out how that ball got through and how Prokop almost had a clean look at goal.
And once again, it's one of those little things, Kyle, where the ball just gets away from Shimmer. Just a little too much strength on that last assist attempt. And you're right, UTRGV still trying to figure things out defensively, trying to figure out just how quite to live up to this Lopes offensive charge thus far, despite not scoring one goal yet.
This is definitely not the same Lopes team that the Vaqueros are used to seeing over the past few seasons. Again, the regime change here for women's soccer with Coach Sissel taking over this season. And he's done a fantastic job, even in spite of a pandemic and not getting to spend a whole normal summer with his team. And we hope that we'll have a normal fall season come August as well, Jack. So hopefully by that time, you'll see this team really know, at least from the returner standpoint, really know what he's expecting and what he has for them going forward.
I mean, we've talked about it all season long here on GCU TV. Coach Sissel having to do things just a little bit differently here in his inaugural season with the Lopes, as well as coaches all around the country really dealing with this pandemic. And I think he's done a solid job creating that new atmosphere, the new environment, the new culture for this women's soccer program. And you're right, it's a quick turnaround coming into the fall. You're only going to have a few months off. You're going to have practices over the summer, going to try and build that chemistry at practice for the first time again. Like we said, didn't really get that same feel last summer with everything going on. So it should be interesting to see how Coach Sissel heads into the summer trying to regroup for the fall season here for GCU with a ton of new recruits, a ton of new faces as well. We have a ton of faces leaving as well, with, of course, Cameron Larson leading that charge in the senior class. So, again, a lot to be excited about if you're Coach Sissel. Again, still trying to tie this game up at 1 late in this half.
Lopes finally bring it down, and it's Jones to Hagar. Back for Jones in the middle. Lopes take one and bring it back across. I believe that was Marlene Shimmer with it, or no, excuse me, Lindsay Prokop crossing that one in. But Coach Sissel here for at least on the women's soccer head coaching side, he has coached the men and the women before when he was at William Jewell. He is 272, 127, and 34 as a women's head soccer coach, and 2-7 here at Grand Canyon early on. Coming over from Kansas City. They're going to go from distance and try and test Ferguson, and she'll let it go. And now we'll get a pair of substitutions for the Lopes, and as aforementioned, it is Danny Babb and JC Ironshad. Looks like Prokop and Larson will be the two to check out for the Lopes. So you're going to see Babb, Jones, and Ironshad on that front line. That's a ton of speed up front for the Lopes.
Not a bad trade-off whatsoever, Kyle, and I think that was planned. You know, like we said, Coach Sissel with a ton of depth, looking to make some key substitutions halfway through this half, and again, you're down by one. Perfect time to bring in that heavy arsenal with JC Ironshad, and of course, Danny Babb, who makes things happen offensively as well.
Danny Babb, no stranger to scoring goals. Returning leading goal scorer, she was tied with Cameron Larson a season ago. They both had 4 coming off of last season. And, of course, Danny Babb, this is just her second full year coming off that ACL injury she suffered back in 2018. Here are the Lopes now cutting back to the end line, cross into the middle. Nobody's going to be there on the back post, and it's too strong trying to pick out Danny Babb, and it's a throw-in for UTRGV. Edwards takes it away. Zapata with it, trying to bring it down. Shimmer has it. Poked away. 50-50 ball in the middle. UTRGV is going to win it. And now foul on Marlene Shimmer of the Lopes. UTRGV picks up a throw-in. And they're going to go long again, but to nobody in particular. Throwing it to the purple jerseys as Babb keeps it in. She finds Johnson. Johnson makes a move around. She'll find Danny Babb again. Now the Lopes starting to throw a couple numbers forward. Babb can't make a move around Bielfus, and she takes it away. Looking for Zapata in the middle. Whitaker all over that one with a suffocating defense, getting held by Emily Zapata. And, you know, she's got to be careful sitting on that yellow card, how she chooses to uses her body and her arms, as you saw her wrap up Anna Whitaker before she could get too much separation.
And what a difference that would be in this game early on for the Lopes to potentially eliminate Zapata early on. Again, just kind of a guessing game, kind of speculating, kind of a dream scenario for this offense down by 1. But, of course, Emily Zapata, the juggernaut on this offense for UTRGV. Already see her making things happen, separating herself as she does right here for the Vaqueros.
That one taken away by the Lopes, and now they'll play it up. Jones coming on. She's not going to get the foul call. Lopes bench thought she was taken out from behind. Lopes take it away. That was JC Ironshad coming in, applying some pressure. Whitaker will find Ironshad now. Here she comes. She got a ton of space in front of her. And she'll go from distance, tried to go short side on Lenardi, and I started to suspect when she had about 10 yards of separation that she was going to pull the trigger. She is no stranger from 25-plus yards and scoring goals.
Vintage JC Ironshad, almost textbook right there from, again, that powerful right leg of JC Ironshad, just a little bit outside the box, and right there was Miley Lenardi. You know, she's had a ton of pressure on her here tonight, but none of those shots really tricking her, kind of outmatching Miley Lenardi to this point. She's been right on it in the first half hour of this one.
So the Lopes pick it back up. Did cross that half-hour mark just a moment ago. So third of the way through this 90-minute scheduled contest. Looking to find Ironshad. She'll win it and find Noah Johnson in the middle. Johnson looking to pick out teammates. She's going to have Shimmer sneaking behind the defense. Shimmer had a go on the volley. And it's going to be a goal kick for UTRGV.
Well, Lopes fans, get the best gear to show off your Lope pride by going to lopeshop.gcu.edu to find everything Grand Canyon University. Just use the promo code GameDay20 today only to get 20% off for being a GCU TV viewer. Log on and get your gear today. You know, that one whistling past the net. Marlene Shimmer not really leaving anything left on that last goal attempt. Again, just a little bit to her right, past that right goalpost. Again, still the pressure being put on early in this game on Miley Lenardi. It's only a matter of time before this Lopes offense breaks through.
Yeah, Lenardi already got 4 saves, and we just had a pair of substitutions just before that goal kick. It was Brenna Alderson coming in for Mendenhall for the Lopes, and for UTRGV, it was number 5, Anna Frida Goldum for UTRGV. And here comes the substitute freshly off the bench. UTRGV takes it away. Crossed in, staying in play. Crossed into the middle, cleared away by the Lopes defense. Ball was out of play. We're going to get a goal kick for the Lopes. The assistant referee all over that one. Ferguson will pick up another goal kick. So the Lopes are playing without their senior midfielder, Haley Boster, this evening. She picked up a red card with 19 seconds to go in that second game against Seattle. It was her second yellow. Well, here come the Lopes with it on the attack, trying to cut to the middle, onto the left foot, right to Lenardi.
Well, they continue to find opportunities, but right there, Miley Lenardi again, she didn't have to move to her right, she didn't have to move to her left, right in the hands of Miley Lenardi's very simple play for UTRGV's goalkeeper as she continues to thrive early on in this one.
Yeah, that was Iron Shad on her left foot, trying to poke it away. That one's over to the top. Here's Rayanne Jones. Jones has to spin back to the middle. She'll feed one across. And it's cleared away to the Lopes from about 40 yards away from net now. Hagar, she's on the ball. Tries to find one through for Shimmer. Can't do it. Trying to run it down here are the Vaqueros and Emily Zapata. She will. She'll wait for some help and try and make a move around Hannah Edwards. And she does for a moment. Edwards still suffocating defense, and now a foul on Edwards. Unhappy as the Lopes bench maybe thought some embellishment there from the junior standout from Laredo, Texas of the Vaqueros.
Well, regardless, it's nice to see the aggressive defensive play when going up against Emily Zapata there, but again, just a little too much power there for the Lopes defense, resulting in UTRGV getting another crack here at Jordan Ferguson late in this first half.
As the Lopes take it away, you know, Hannah Edwards not going to shy away from anybody on that defensive center back position that she plays. She's also third all-time in minutes played for the Lopes, so a anchor along with Anna Whitaker in the middle of the back line for GCU. She might even surpass the all-time leader in minutes played. That is Kelsey Smith. She's played 6,575 minutes in her GCU Division I career from 14 to 18. Hannah Edwards entering today was sitting at 5,858. Well, here comes number 11, Remy Deutsch. She's going to go in for Rayanne Jones, and we'll see who shifts around for the Lopes. The junior defenseman, number 20, Kyrisi Rivera, also in for UTRGV on that last substitution, as we got about 9 minutes to go in half number one. It's a 1-0 lead for the Vaqueros of UTRGV. Of course, this Vaqueros team, Jack, just in their 6th season now, or I guess now would be number 7 in program history, just their 7th season overall since their inception in 2013, and they've had the same head coach for all 6 of those previous seasons, and they've got 4 consecutive winning seasons under the belt as well, and might be well on their way to their 5th.
I was going to say it's been a great ride thus far for this women's soccer program out in Texas for UTRGV. And again, 6 wins already this season, putting themselves in prime position to get a high seeding in the WAC tournament starting in April.
Of course, that WAC tournament's going to be right here at the GCU Soccer Stadium for the second time since 2017, when the Lopes went on a little bit of a Cinderella run from the 6th spot, defeated these Vaqueros in the first round in the 6-3 matchup to make the semifinal. They won that one in overtime, I believe, 2-1 of Seattle, hopefully making that championship game. Of course, Coach Sissel, no stranger to WAC semifinals and beyond either. His Kansas City Roos for the past couple of seasons have been in the conversation at the top, including a couple of regular season titles.
Well, that's the great thing about having Chris here in the heart of Phoenix, Arizona in his first season. You get to the WAC tournament if you're the Lopes. It doesn't really matter what your seeding is. You have a coach who's been there before. You got the experience. He knows how to coach these girls once you get there. Should be very interesting to see how all these teams in the Western Athletic Conference fare when it does come time for, again, the final standings, how everyone is seeded coming into this tournament at GCU Soccer Stadium in April. Should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and the WAC tournament only takes 6 teams. That one gets out of play. Lope's going to take the throw. Tournament only takes 6 teams, and CBU, the leader, and Dixie State, who's right above right above Chicago State, they're not eligible because they're still transitioning. So you got to think Lopes comfortably in the WAC tournament, but seeding goes out the window in these tournaments. Anybody can win on any given day, and the reality of it is you don't even have to score a goal. You just have to not give one up, as that one's crossed in. Lopes still on it. Babb back across. One more time. Corner kick coming. Seeding does go out the window, as you really just got to find a way to get to penalty kicks, because once you get to penalty kicks, everybody's on even playing field.
And the Lopes obviously have so many weapons at their disposal when it comes to the offensive side. Lindsay Prokop, the 2019 WAC Freshman of the Year in Kansas City with Chris Sissel. Marlene Schimmer has proven to be a valuable, vital asset to this offense early on this season, not to mention the Cameron Larsons of the world as well offensively. The Lopes with a ton of weapons. I didn't even mention half the roster as well that the Lopes have at their disposal. So again, it should be very interesting to see where the Lopes end up. And again, this final stretch, Kyle, is going to be the tail of the tape. UTRGV comes into this one for 2 games. If you're able to steal one tonight, the way they've been playing offensively, still looking to break through in a big way. The defense obviously has done a tremendous job. Again, no real chance for the Vaqueros there as that one gets away. But the Lopes, if you're able to come away with 2 wins here today, again, you go on the road against Chicago State. I don't want to call those gimme games, but you like your chances on the road in the Midwest in Chicago, Illinois, before, of course, you take on those Lancers that have been dominant so far this season. So you're, again, looking to end this season on a high note, trying to, again, beat the Vaqueros, head on the road against Chicago State, where you like your chances, and then coming home against the Lancers, where you'd love to steal one against the #1 team in the WAC.
And if your offense happens to be struggling going into Chicago State, those are not bad games to get your offense back on track and rolling. And unfortunately, Chicago State, I believe, hasn't won a WAC game since 2015, if I'm correct, dating back to last season, when the Lopes came in and dropped a 6 spot on them and shut them out 6-0 thanks to the hat trick from Danny Babb.
That's right. And again, I don't want to call those gimme games,
right,
but you like your chances.
Anything can happen at any given
Chicago
time.
State.
Just on paper, we'll say. On paper, it looks better for the Lopes. That's next week, though. They got to get through this week. And then, of course, California Baptist, like you just mentioned, Jack, coming in to the GCU Soccer Stadium. And then they'll get one more to finish out their season on the road. That's going to be a revenge game against the Aggies of New Mexico State. Lopes still threatening at the top of the box, but it's cleared away for a moment. And Lopes still dominating possession. It's just haven't quite found the back of the net just yet. Alderson with it. She'll play it out wide. Coming on, looking to send one into the middle. Bounces a bicycle kick from Schimmer. Goes wide. That was a rocket.
Well, I think it's safe to say that one woke up Miley Lenardi just a tad, moving to her right. Marlene Schimmer almost with the perfectly executed bicycle kick, trying to nod this thing up at 1 before the end of this first half. Again, just far to her left. Didn't really get a chance to square that one up. But again, this Lopes offense continuing to click offensively, just unable to put that final nail in the coffin, trying to knot things up.
And I think that one also kind of woke up this GCU soccer stadium. You saw a couple of the Lopes faithful that had been allowed to come into the game today start standing up when she connected with that one. She tried to get fancy with it, and she connected with it. Those are hard to connect with on the bicycle kick and really put power behind it, but she did great. Just couldn't quite find the frame as the Lopes are going to get one back on the foul. So final 2.5 minutes of play here inside the GCU soccer stadium in this first half of Western Athletic Conference action between the Vaqueros and the Lopes. UTRGV is up 1-0 thanks to the goal by the junior captain, Anna Barkey. Colorado native back in the 9th minute at the 9.5-minute mark. UTRGV got the lead. Be interesting to see at halftime when we get our updated halftime stats, Jack, to see what the possession number is, because the Lopes, they've had a ton of it so far, and we've talked about it a couple different times, but it'll be interesting to see the exact percentages to see who and how large that number is. And you can look at the shot category right now, and it is all GCU at 13-2, and the Lopes have put 5 of their 13 on frame. The one on frame for UTRGV just so happened to be a goal, but they've only taken 2 shots. And if you're Coach Sissel and the Lopes, you're happy with only giving up 2 shots in 45 minutes.
Well, it's definitely safe to say that they've had plenty of opportunities offensively. And then, of course, when you look at the defense, the one thing you got to be pleased with is that the Lopes are taking advantage and, again, combating that offensive style of Emily Zapata. And, again, you see right there, it's been the one Achilles heel, you could say, for the Lopes offense, just unable to connect when they need to the most deep in enemy lines.
Yeah, it's that final touch, it seems like, in the attacking third just hasn't quite been there for the Lopes just yet. But you got to think when it finally gets there and they get that one really good touch or one really good pass away, that the ball's going to find itself in the back of the net. And as long as they keep playing the stifling defense that they've been playing, they're going to be in a good position possibly to tie this thing up at 1-0 and maybe even get a 2-1 lead at some point, because at this point you're going to need 2 goals to go home with a win before you come back and do this all over again on Saturday afternoon at 12 p.m. We'll have that coverage for you right here on GCU TV.
Well, it's only a matter of time, like I said, before this offense breaks out. But again, the big question moving into this second half is, when is UTRGV's offense going to break out? We talk about some of those numbers from their upperclassmen, including Zapata, who leads the charge offensively. You have not performed the way that you've wanted to in this first half. You take a breather at halftime, come back in second half of play, could be a totally different story. We'll see if the Lopes are running out of time here to, again, connect things on the offensive side.
As we hit the countdown, and this one is going to end. That is 45 minutes in the books. We got 45 minutes left to play here inside the beautiful GCU soccer stadium. It is a 1-0 UTRGV Vaquero lead over the Grand Canyon University Lopes. Well, when we come back, we got a loaded halftime show for you, so be sure to stick around. That's coming up on the other side of this break.
Grand Canyon University, a Christian university, is one of the largest and fastest growing universities in the country. GCU offers 270 dynamic academic programs with modern apartment-style living, classrooms, labs, restaurants, and more. Located in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona, GCU's vibrant community and expansive campus is ranked top 20 for best college campuses in America. My university integrates the free market system with a welcoming Christian worldview perspective into its academic programs and throughout campus life, so you can put your faith into action and help transform communities. GCU campus students received over $157 million in scholarships in 2020, and many students attend GCU for less than the cost of a state university. Visit gcu.edu/myoffer to see the scholarships you qualify for. Admissible high school seniors can schedule a free visit from anywhere in the country. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/myoffer.
When life seems uncertain, there's one credit union that provides both dollars and cents. Copper State Credit Union. With solutions that focus on our members, you can take advantage of competitive rates, free cashback checking, and local attentive service. Uplifting our community is a standard we live by. That's why thousands of your Arizona neighbors rely on us. Strengthening Arizona families through financial empowerment. That's Copper State Credit Union.
When I think back on graduation day, it's such a special moment. Walking across the stage, hearing your name called. I think I would really regret not walking. I think being able to finish out a long college experience with an awesome moment like graduation is really special.
If I hadn't decided to walk that day, I think I'd regret not having that sense of closure and accomplishment for that huge chapter in my life.
My name's Noah and I graduated in 2015.
My name is Lauren and I graduated in 2016.
Herff Jones, by your side.
Once you've been to hell and back, there's not much left to fear. When the boogeyman goes to sleep at night, he checks under his bed for me. Have you ever wondered who Waldo's hiding from? Me. Not even the Cougars of LA are enough to scare me. But if I get into an accident, I'm calling the boss, Sweet James. If you've been hurt, don't back down. Call Sweet James.
It is halftime here at the GCU Soccer Stadium in the heart of the Valley of the Sun of Phoenix, Arizona. Kyle Borg and Jack O'Hara here with you, bringing you halftime in the second 45 minutes is a 1-0 Vaquero lead over the Lopes thanks to a goal from the captain, Anna Barkey, in the 9th minute.
Well, yeah, early on in this game, 9.5-minute mark for the Vaqueros, kind of getting wrapped a gift in a way. That one just off the grasp of Jordan Ferguson, allowing UTRGV to take the lead. And it's been all GCU offensively in that first half. Like you mentioned, just unable to connect for that first goal to this point as UTRGV, of course, headed by Miley Lenardi, has done a solid job with those 5 saves. The Lopes unable to connect thus far, but UTRGV, we talk about their offensive numbers, did not perform the way they wanted to offensively in that first half despite being up by 1. They may break out here in this second half. Wouldn't be shocked. The Lopes defense looking to continue to step up in the final 45 minutes as this offense looks to get going.
Yeah, an unfortunate bounce that just didn't go the Lopes' way, and UTRGV's got a 1-0 lead, and the Lopes defense, Jack, you just talked about, hasn't really been truly tested just yet from this back or from the front line of UTRGV, but with a 1-0 lead, that'll take us to our Commonwealth Insurance halftime stat update.
1 goal, like we mentioned, 9.5-minute mark from Mackey is, again, total shots. You see there a totally different ball game if you're looking at it offensively. The Lopes with 13 total shots, 5 of which have been on goal. You mentioned the 5 saves for Miley Lenardi to this point, and of course you take a look at the fouls as well. The Lopes more than doubling the fouls for the Vaqueros, 8-4. Got to limit those numbers in the second half of play, but again, no real test for this defense, like you said, Kyle, against a Vaqueros offense that is kind of lurking in the shadows moving into this second half, looking to break out in a big way.
Yeah, and you want to go ahead and you want to circle that number of shots, 13 for the Lopes and 5 on goal, just giving up 2 as a defense to the Vaqueros, and you got to start thinking if you're in the locker room, man, one of these is going to end up in the back of the net. It's a matter of time, really, if the Lopes keep attacking the way they are. And eventually you've got to think one's going to find the goal. And then as long as you don't give one up, you're not fighting from behind. And then once you have momentum from a tying goal, now you can start thinking about a second goal. But you got to take it 1 goal at a time here.
I mean, you got way too many weapons in your arsenal to be shut out by this Vaqueros defense that, again, has not performed well. Those 13 shots on goal, 5 of which, again, 13 shots total, 5 of which have been shot on goal. Marlene Schimmer and Lizzie Prokop at the top doing an excellent job separating themselves from their defenders, giving themselves some opportunities. You got to throw Ryan Jones' name in there as well. And it's only a matter of time. We keep reiterating that, Kyle, but again, tick-tock. This offense is looking to break out in a big way here in these final 45 minutes.
And we're going to step aside, take a break, and on the other side of this commercial break, we will bring you GCU TV reporter Montana Lambden, who was around campus yesterday getting the buzz. And we're going to let you know what that buzz is all about when we come back.
From reimagining the way you work to reassessing what you need, you've changed the way you do business. And now, so have we. With no annual contracts and flexible internet and voice solutions, you'll have what you need to get back to business. Rethink, reconnect, reimagine. Switch to Cox Business today.
Joel Embiid is unhappy.
Like, really unhappy.
Because the internet keeps using not-so-amazing GIFs to react to his amazing highlights. Mountain Dew presents the Joel Embiid Deserves Better Reactions gift collection.
Now I'm so happy.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender. Or the color of your skin. Or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
When life seems uncertain, there's one credit union that provides both dollars and cents. Copper State Credit Union. With solutions that focus on our members, you can take advantage of competitive rates, free cashback checking, and local attentive service. Uplifting our community is a standard we live by. That's why thousands of your Arizona neighbors rely on us. Strengthening Arizona families through financial empowerment. That's Copper State Credit Union.
How does a chicken sandwich become a Whataburger spicy chicken sandwich? Is it by slathering it in a fiery sauce or adding some crazy hot toppings? Nah. If the chicken in a chicken sandwich wants to be spicy, it has to come from the inside. By marinating it in spices, frying it up, then cooling it off with fresh veggies, all on a new brioche bun. Good thing flavor can come from within. Good thing there's the new limited-time spicy chicken sandwich at Whataburger.
It is a 1-0 University of Texas Rio Grande Valley Vaquero lead over the Grand Canyon University Antelopes here at the GCU Soccer Stadium on the campus of Grand Canyon University. If you're just joining us, I'm Kyle Borg alongside Jack O'Hara. And Jack, there's a little bit of a buzz around campus this week, and for good reason. Let's send it to GCU TV reporter Montana Lambden to find out what it's all about.
Are going dancing. I checked in around campus to get the buzz about all the madness.
Coach Drew
that was a great toss, though.
The program in the right direction, and they're going to surprise a lot of people, so I'm excited to watch.
And how will you be supporting the Lopes?
I'll actually be traveling to Indiana with the dance team, and I'm super excited to cheer them on from there.
I'm super proud of them for making this far.
It's just a big thing for the school. It's opening some eyes and putting GCU on the map.
So what players are you excited to watch this weekend?
I mean, I think we're all excited to see what Gabe can pull off.
Who do you want to shout out?
Ethan Spry and Rafe Gerdes.
I'd like to shout out managers Preston Cleaver and Matt Huss.
I'd like to shout out my boy Liam. I've watched that man grow so much throughout this year. He just needs to keep it up, and I wish the best for him throughout this.
Big Ash. We're going to need you to play hard, real hard.
What do you have to say to the team for making it this far?
Let's go dancing, baby!
So how special is it for you to be able to see your school in the March Madness tournament?
It's so awesome. I'm just having more pride in GCU, just finally seeing them make it. We've been waiting for this.
And what kind of potential do you think GCU has in the bracket?
As an underdog, I think GCU has a chance to maybe even go all the way. Message I have for the team is keep fighting, keep going. We're going to go far. We're trying to go all the way, baby.
Lope fans, I'll see you in Indy. We're out.
And thank you, Montana, for catching up with the buzz around the GCU men's basketball team. Going dancing for the first time. They'll take on the University of Iowa on Saturday night. But before we get to that, let's take a look at the GCU upcoming schedule.
A lot of hype. Baseball back at Brazzell this weekend after their 4-game set with the Vaqueros last weekend. They got another 4-game set this weekend against the Seattle Redhawks. You can catch those games on GCU TV. The softball GCU Invitational at GCU Softball Stadium this weekend as well. Friday through Sunday, men's soccer taking on California Baptist this Friday at 7 p.m. And of course, we're here Saturday again, Kyle, for the Lopes and the Vaqueros. The second game of this 2-game set before the Lopes take on Chicago State out in Illinois. But again, the one you got to look out for this Saturday night, the Lopes taking on Iowa, 15 seed against the number 2 seed. Should be a lot of fun. Will we have an upset on our hands?
Well, it would not be the first time that a 15's beaten a 2. It would only be number 9, which I thought there were a couple more than 8 victories coming in to this week, but you keep seeing the numbers that they keep flashing up. You know, going into today, the tournament's actually underway right now at the first 4. It's been 710 days since we had an NCAA tournament game before we tipped off action today. The NCAA has done a great job getting the bubble together and being able to have a full 68-team field. So the Lopes and the Hawkeyes, the 2:15 Saturday night Eastern time will be on TBS, 6:25 in the East, 3:25 for those of you here in Arizona. Be sure to tune in to that one and cheer on the Lopes to hopefully a Cinderella run if the shoe fits. But we'll go ahead, step aside for one final time before the second 45 minutes of play on GCU TV.
It's time to get away. It's time to escape. It's a new day to play. Your retreat awaits at Talking Stick Resort. Indulge your appetite for excitement with our thrilling table games, our electrifying slots, our outstanding restaurants, and our exceptional accommodations. It's all waiting for you. It's a new day to play at Talking Stick Resort. Play in style.
When life seems uncertain, there's one credit union that provides both dollars and cents. Copper State Credit Union. With solutions that focus on our members, you can take advantage of competitive rates, free cashback checking, and local attentive service. Uplifting our community is a standard we live by. That's why thousands of your Arizona neighbors rely on us. Strengthening Arizona families through financial empowerment. That's Copper State Credit Union.
I'm personal injury attorney James Bergener. Accidents can happen. If something happens to you or your family, call me. My firm and I will take you by the hand and guide you through everything. You see, personal injuries are just that. They're personal. You're not a number. You're more than just a name. This is your life. At my firm, each case is professionally and personally tailored to you. So if you've been injured, I've got your back. Call me now for a free consultation.
I would say to anybody considering maybe skipping graduation to spend a long time thinking about participating. I think it's a great opportunity to really take advantage of a moment that you only get once in your life. It's an opportunity to really experience something that highlights all the hard work that you've put in.
Not very many people get to experience that in their life. It's such an honor and a privilege to be able to do that, and I think the memories that come out of that are just incredible.
Herff Jones, by your side.
Final 60 seconds tick away before we get to the second 45 minutes in the second half of action here inside the GCU Soccer Stadium. If you're just joining us, you have missed a little bit of action. It's a 1-0 Vaquero lead. I'm Kyle Borg alongside Jack O'Hara. And Jack, let's go ahead. We'll revisit your Sanderson Ford 3 keys to the game just to see how the Lopes can fare here in the second 45.
Well, I think it was a very vital thing to touch on, the fact that the Lopes are looking to come away with at least one victory in this 2-game set against UTRGV, heading into that road trip against Chicago State, where you're looking to take 2 from them before returning back to take on the Lancers, which is going to be your toughest test to date. And then, of course, we mentioned the first goals of the season for both Alderson in that road trip against Seattle. We haven't yet to see the Lopes pick up a goal in this game, despite the offense putting 13 shots together. And then, of course, you're still looking to separate yourself on offense, trying to mix and match when it comes to that starting 11 for Coach Sissel, which he's done a tremendous job of over the past 3 matchups, 2 against the Redhawks, this one against the Vaqueros. Again, something's got to give, Kyle. This offense looking to break through, while the Vaqueros offense at the same time looking to re-strategize, looking to reconnect going into the second half.
So the Lopes on the season, they only average about 11.5 shots taken a game, already at 13, and the last time they took 15 or more shots was or the last time they took 20 or more shots rather, was this year against New Mexico State in that loss when they put up 22 shots in that 2-1 loss to the Aggies of New Mexico State. So they're pretty much well on their way to doing at least 20 again. And once, I don't think they're going to hit that 15 on goal mark that they did against Chicago State a season ago in 2019, but they very well could, and it's only a 1-0 deficit right now as the Lopes will start us off with the kickoff. It looks like the starters are back out there for both sides. We'll get things rolling. Shimmer for Larson, pass too strong. Larson can't corral it on this near side, and we'll get a goal kick to start us off here in the second half.
Well, the Lopes looking to break out right out of the get-go offensively. Marlene Shimmer using some fancy footwork to get it past some defenders. Looking for the senior Cameron Larson on the right side. Again, a little too much oomph on that pass getting away from Larson.
Here are the Vaqueros. That's Steiner getting the pass away. Headed down by Whitaker. Lopes take it back. Alderson can't control. 1-2 return pass. Give and go. Slide tackled away by Anna Whitaker of this Lopes back line. And the Vaqueros with Anna Barkey, the goal scorer. She will take the throw in near the 18-yard box. She'll get the return pass. Lopes take it away. Looking to find Jones. She will win it for a second. Now it's taken away by Swift. Or that's Sydney Hammond, number 25 back there for the Vaqueros, who took that away. Swift also in the middle of that back line, but Hammond right now is the one marking Jones. Ferguson will boot it. Mendenhall takes a forearm to the back, and a free kick coming in that midfield circle for the Lopes this time. Looks like Edwards is going to set up to take it. Flicked on to the back post, but too strong as Larson was the one to flick it, looking for JC Ironshad, and it's another goal kick coming for UTRGV. UTRGV on the year is a perfect 5-0 on the road. 5 of their 6 wins have come via the road. Ironshad takes it away cleanly for Shimmer. Return pass too strong. JC gets it back, however. Now we'll look to find Shimmer again. Her pass goes out of play.
Kind of a tough opportunity there for Marlene Shimmer. Any way you really look on it, 2-on-1 for UTRGV's defenders there. If Marlene Shimmer does get that pass right on the money from JC Ironshad, really nothing much she could do about that one. So kind of a blessing in disguise for the Lopes when you look at the way their defense has played thus far against UTRGV's offense. Continuing to struggle early on in these first 3 minutes of half number 2 against the Lopes D.
Zapata picks out a teammate in the middle. Here come the Vaqueros again. Beckwith gets it away. Cross into the middle. Rebound attempt is wide of the net. And the Lopes catch a break, and now they've got to be careful as UTRGV, Jack, we talked about it going into halftime and a little bit during halftime, that this Vaquero offense might wake up, and so far through the first 3 minutes, have gotten a couple shots away on Jordan Ferguson.
Yeah, I saw it right there. That one not even close to the net, but Jordan Ferguson playing it safe, diving to her left, trying to deflect that one. You know, sooner or later, UTRGV's offense going to create some opportunities. We've already seen 3 in the first 4 minutes as they look to wake up.
Looking to pick out Jones over the top, can't do it. Shimmer's going to bring it down. Marlene cutting to the middle. She's taken out from behind. We're going to get a stoppage. Looks like another yellow card's going to be coming out. It will. That's going to be on number 20. That's Kyrese Rivera, the junior
wide
defender.
Open look for Marlene Shimmer there. Chrissy Rivera taking exception. As again, we've talked about Marlene Schimmer battling a few injuries out there on the field throughout the season. Again, grabbing that, it looks like her right knee again, shaking things off. She seems to be okay, but a prime time opportunity for Marlene Schimmer in this offense, trying to test Miley Lenardi once again. We'll see if they can fool her here in front of the net. We've seen them take a couple of chances offensively, despite Marley Lenardi coming away with those 5 saves.
Schimmer about 29, 30 yards away from goal. She is going to probably look to bend one into that top corner. She did it against Seattle. See if she can do it again here. 2 goals on the season for Marlene. She will go, but Lenardi, she set up like she was going to defend that shot the entire way and tried to force Schimmer to get a pass away and really challenge her, but a good free kick taken, but just the right place, right time by Lenardi.
It's been the story of this game for the Lopes offensively. They've had their opportunities, they've taken their shots, but they really haven't fooled Lenardi to this point. Again, she was anticipating that kick from Marlene Schimmer, and again, right in her hands, didn't have to move to her left, didn't have to move to her right where you want it, just what the doctor ordered if you're Miley Lenardi.
Lenardi has had good anticipation all night long. Lopes now starting to attack a little bit with that pressure in the back line of UTRGV, going to get away from a corner. And you see a lot of the Lopes goals this season come when they start flying around on defense and just start throwing their bodies around and getting in front of balls to deflect the pass and deflect it away, take it away. Whenever they have about 2 or 3 people coming 100%, it tends to speed up the other team, and that's how they catch teams off guard, and they ended up forcing a corner kick on this one, and here comes Schimmer from the corner. She's going to serve one up. Marlene Schimmer, front post. Bouncing around, and it finally comes out of the scrum, but it's in the middle and cleared away. Could not find the ball for a second there. Got taken away. That's going to be a foul, and another yellow card is going to be coming out of the referee pocket. That's the 3rd already in this game, all on UTRGV. Lopes get a free kick.
Yellow card called at 50:46 of the second half. Yellow card called on the Vaqueros number 5, Anna Freedom Goydam.
That's on Anna Frida Goydam of UTRGV. Schimmer crossing it in. Taken away. Mendenhall's going to bring it down for GCU. Looking to get a second attack going. This is Ironshad. Back to her left foot. Played in the middle. Schimmer with it. Schimmer trying to dance around a couple defenders, and it's taken away in the middle of the box. But the Lopes get it back, and Mendenhall can't get on it, though. She'll win it back. Out wide, here's Cameron Larson. Trying to pick out Jones. Pass comes back out to Larson, and she'll be whistled for a foul.
Well, you're already seeing the tables turning just a little bit, Kyle, for the Vaqueros offense. A ton more possession offensively already in this second half, 6 minutes in, than we saw in the entire first half, again, despite being up by 1. That one lucky goal off the kick of Anna Barkey, connecting the senior. Again, getting a gift as it just went through the fingertips of Jordan Ferguson in the first 9.5 minutes. Creating a lot more opportunities for themselves, looking to get Emily Zapata in that offense rolling.
So as we enter the 7th minute of this second half now, 52nd of the game, it seems like the Vaqueros have finally settled in and have been able to counter the Lopes offense, but now trying to catch them out wide. Not going to do it. All the way back for Lenardi goes the pass from Hammond. Now UTRGV trying to pick out Emily Zapata over the top. Ferguson's going to come out, play it. And it's cleared away just in time for the Lopes defense to reset. Mendenhall brings it down. Finds a teammate. And Perry Belzer back for Jordan Ferguson. Emily Zapata, the only UTRGV player picked on the preseason all WAC team. Lopes had 2, Prokop and Shimmer, and all 3 have been held pretty quietly here in this first game of this 2-game set. Iron Shad for Mendenhall. Mendenhall looking for Jones. Jones is behind. Here's Rayanne Jones using her speed. She'll go across the middle. Larson! And it's all the way through. Right on the doorstep through the middle of the 6-yard box. And just too fast and too early for Cameron Larson, who was coming sprinting into the back post.
Well, timing is the name of the game on that last play, Kyle. Again, the Lopes, it's a game of inches, really. Rayanne Jones doing a phenomenal job separating herself away from Chrissy Rivera there, going for the pass on the left side to Cameron Larson. Just a tad bit too late on that pass as that one gets by her, perfectly positioned to take a swing at Miley Lenardi right there in the goal.
Zapata checks out. Torslov is back in. So this will probably be the one rest for Emily Zapata. Probably see her come around back in the 65th minute to close this one out. But that was one of those, either Jones was going to score going across the net, Larson was going to get there, or nobody was. It was either going to be a goal for the Lopes or nobody was going to get there, and unfortunately nobody got there. Shimmer's in this time. She'll dance and pass it out. Iron Shad crossing it in. Larson's on the back post, but it will float over top of the net. Coach just a little frustrated, waving his hat around down there, scratching his head, trying to figure out what his next move is going to be.
Well, despite the Vaqueros offense kind of creating a little bit more opportunities for themselves in these first 9.5 minutes in half number 2, the Lopes offense continues to surge. They're creating opportunities. They're just not getting the shots that they want off the bat in this one, Kyle. We saw moments ago just a little bit of poor timing, and then, of course, nothing you could do there if you're JC Iron Shad deep in your own corner.
Shimmer with it in the middle, trying to find Larson, just past 2 behind her. That one gets past Alderson, and here comes UTRGV. Frida Goydam with it. She'll stop and turn. She's got 2 goals on the season. Second on this team after. Oh, and now some extracurricular activity from Shimmer and Frida Goydam, and Marlene's going to pick up a yellow card for that.
Yeah, you want to push me, I'll push back, says Marlene Shimmer.
Both teams going to get ready to make substitutions in a few moments when we get a goal kick or a throw in. So now the first yellow card of the game on the Lopes. Marlene Shimmer, she does not shy away from anybody or anything. She is revved up 100% all the time, and that's what you'll love to see out of a player. Maybe perhaps a little bit of frustration starting to set in. If you are GCU, you'd love to see a ball go in the back of the net here in the 55th minute. Gets out wide. Iron Shad with it again. She'll fight through one defender. She'll send one in. Larson! Save is made. Lenardi. That time she was tested, and she answers the call.
Yeah, that was really the first time in this game that the Lopes may have caught Miley Lenardi off guard just a little bit. And again, you got to give credit to where credit's due. Getting past one defender, being very aggressive offensively, setting up Cameron Larson for the kick on goal. Again, just unable to come through with Miley Lenardi able to get her hand up just in the nick of time.
Lopes now have it taken away. They'll get it back. But that is the second or third time in this half that the Lopes have truly had a beautiful pass that would have set up a sure goal, but that time, instead of the timing being off between Lopes attackers, it's Lenardi who's there to get her hand to it. As substitution will be Shantatius Knox, number 13, the junior forward from Katy, Texas.
Miley Lenardi obviously starting to stack up the saves as well, up to 7 saves already here at the 57-minute mark. You talk about Jordan Ferguson not really having too much pressure on her in this game despite the 1 goal from Barkey early on. The Lopes defense continuing to put the pressure on this UTRGV offensive side, with Emily Zapata still looking to break through. We mentioned the 22 career goals for her coming into this game. Looking to put her stamp here at GCU Soccer Stadium. Hasn't to this point. But it looks like UTRGV, the Vaqueros offense, starting to put a little bit more pressure on the Lopes goalkeeper, trying to make a name for herself in just her second start of the season.
Going back to the 7 saves for Miley Lenardi. Her career high, she's done it twice now. She just did it on March the 6th against Utah Valley. Her career high in saves is 9. And the way this Lopes offense is going, she looks like she's probably going to get to that threshold or pass it, you would think, here at some point with the 7 already. Of course, no saves just yet for the young freshman Jordan Ferguson of the Lopes, as UTRGV picks up another throw in here in the 58th minute, looking to tack on to their 1-0 lead. Lenardi just 2 saves in their last game against New Mexico State on the 13th, as that one goes wide. Prokop and Babb will come in for the Lopes. Looks like Larson, Mendenhall will check out. UTRGV picks it up in the middle of the field and will look to get something going over the top. And UTRGV has really helped out the Lopes in that possession game. We talked about it at the half. The Lopes had 58% of the possession going into this second half, just compared to 42% for UTRGV. And those passes trying to pick out players over the top have really helped the Lopes in doing so, gaining that possession and keeping it. Or, well, here comes UTRGV, but a foul. It was Mendenhall and Schimmer who came out, not Larson and Mendenhall. So Marlene no longer out there for GCU at the moment. You would think she's getting a breather and possibly coming back in if the situation is right. Definitely one of the better Lopes attackers. That's going to be a save from Jordan Ferguson. Back into the middle. UTRGV shot goes wide.
Anna Barkey had the right idea there with 2 defenders on her. And again, I think that one would have gotten inside that left post if it wasn't for Jordan Ferguson coming away with save number 1 here at the 60-minute mark. Again, a big play in this game for her, with her team down by 1. You know, if the Lopes lose this game where it's at, Jordan Ferguson might be up all night thinking about that first goal scored by Anna Barkey.
Yeah, Ferguson now with her 10th save in the last 2.5 games. Had 3 last Thursday, 6 on Saturday against Seattle. And a timely first save of the night for Jordan Ferguson to keep her team within striking distance. Lopes just 3-4 all-time versus UTRGV, including a 2-game losing streak, That's now a corner kick coming for the Vaqueros. Last time the Lopes were able to win was here at GCU, November the 1st, 2017, a 2-1 victory. Lopes in line to win it 2-1 here at the moment. The last 2 matchups, UTRGV here at the GCU Soccer Stadium, 2018 3-0, and then a 1-0 win in Texas last season to take down the Lopes. This one will be played in front post. Lopes take it away and will clear it out, and the Lopes just 2-2 all time against UTRGV as that one's played to the back post. Offside flag is up. Lopes will take back over, just 2-2 here at home in the GCU Soccer Stadium against this Vaquero squad. We've passed the hour mark now in the 62nd and a half minute here at the GCU Soccer Stadium. It's still a 1-0 lead for the Vaqueros as this half has kind of evened itself out, if you will, Jack. You saw the Lopes dominate the first half, neither side truly taking advantage here in half number 2 just yet, kind of seesawing back and forth.
Yeah, I'd say the biggest difference in this second half, Kyle, is UTRGV's offensive surge that we didn't quite see in that first half, despite going up early at that 9.5-minute mark. The Lopes defense doing a tremendous job combating this offense. Emily Zapata, with those 22 career goals, really hasn't gotten any opportunities to this point to shine offensively for the Vaqueros. Kind of been a different story so far here in these first 18 minutes or so, with this offense starting to give Jordan Ferguson and the Lopes defense some problems.
Here comes Lindsay Prokop. She'll cut back to the middle around 2 Vaqueros and play Ironshad. Ironshad trying to pick out Jones. Jones just not quite reading it well and on the same page with JC. So UTRGV takes it out of play. But it'll be off the Lopes last, it appears. So UTRGV is going to take the throw. Beelfus will take. And it's right to another purple shirt. Got out of bounds again. Beelfus, here she is to throw. Trying to go over the top. Lopes defense has been flying around today. They've played very well. Jones is taken out, and I would expect a stoppage here, or maybe not. That one looked like it could have been a yellow card in the way this one's been going so far with the 3 already on the Vaqueros, 4 total in the game, that you would have got one right there. But nonetheless, we keep playing, and Lopes will pick one up near midfield. It's going to be Hannah Edwards. Played in, one hop. Right into the hands of Lenardi. You had 2 Lopes. That was Prokop and Bab who had the ball split in between them and just took that one large hop into the hands of Miley Lenardi. 2
great offensive attackers right in the face of Miley Lenardi. Not a pleasant sight if you're UTRGV's goalkeeper, but again, able to come through for that defense. Able to once again put a stop to this GCU offensive halt.
And we saw Schimmer and Larson score at Seattle. There were 4 different Lopes goal scorers in those games. Ironshad, Alderson, the other 2, as the Lopes scored a pair of goals in each of those games against Seattle. UTRGV is going to pick up another free kick here in the 65th minute. But the one person on this Lopes team that you would have expected to probably have a goal at this point in the season is Lindsay Prokop. She's had a couple good attacks, a couple good balls played into teammates. She does have an assist this season, but hasn't found the back of the net just yet, as UTRGV will play one in off the wall of the Lopes. Ironshad gets taken out, and the Lopes will pick up a free kick. They'll go quick to Anna Whitaker. In the middle, Brenna Alderson. Outside, Perry Belzer. But you've seen here today that Lindsay Prokop, she's made a huge difference when she's on the field for the Lopes. Really. Lopes pick it back up. But back to that prior point, Jack. Lindsay Prokop, she's the reigning WAC freshman of the year, and for good reason. Had a couple of goals, couple of assists for Coach Sissel last year at Kansas City, and then has come here and just had the 1 assist. But she might be on her way to number 2 the way she's played here tonight.
Yeah, you can't say that she hasn't settled in nicely. She's created a lot of opportunities, has really set the table offensively. We've seen a couple times tonight separating herself from defenders, but still hasn't really had the stats to prove why she's really settled in this season. Still some soccer left to be played in this one. We've seen her play well thus far, creating some opportunities, looking to connect later on.
So this game becoming increasingly physical as we near the 90th minute. That one over the top. Can Prokop run it down? She will. Plays one across, headed down and away. Rebound chance. Ironshad's shot is deflected. Now it's cleared to Edwards. She's going to settle it down. Play it back in the middle. Here's Brenna Alderson, another one of those standout freshmen for the Lopes. Bav tried to cut it back across, can't do it.
Well, that was Sydney Hammond on that last defensive drive for UTRGV. You got to give credit right there where credit's due, Kyle. Sydney Hammond doing a tremendous job keeping this a 1-0 game as GCU's offense again looked like they were about to create a hole for themselves with another shot opportunity against Miley Lenardi with that last shot from JC Ironshad getting a piece there, like you said, from Sydney Hammond.
Can Jones pick this one up? She'll have a go. Tried to go short side, just had to get a quick one away as Sydney Hammond was right there. And another goal kick coming. Barkey's going to check out as Delaney Carroll checks back in, number 3. Sophomore defender. Made her 3rd start of the season tonight, as we'll play one through. This over the top. Prokop's in onside. Prokop back across the face, a goal. And a goal kick. I thought Lindsay Prokop might have been a step offside, which I think the UTRGV bench might have wanted on that one, but we're just talking about her. She might have hurt us up here in the booth, Jack, trying to give us some fireworks and give the Lopes a little bit of life.
Well, we're entering crunch time, Kyle. Again, we're almost at that 20-minute mark left in this game, with the offense continuing to surge against Miley Lenardi, but Lenardi continuing to power through, grind, and a scratch and claw down there in front of the net, keeping this a 1-0 affair.
And you know what? There's a reason why this UTRGV team's got 5 shutouts on the season, and Miley Lenardi's a 3-time Defensive Player of the Week in the conference. She's got 57 saves right now on her season. That one's through. Can Jones get there before Swift? She cannot. Swift will clear it out of play. So Lenardi trying to win her 4th Player of the Week on the defensive side in the WAC here tonight with her efforts, her 7 saves. She entered the night with 50. She's now got 57. Lopes trying to get back in front. Jones taken down. Lopes kind of wanting a penalty kick on that one, but I'm not so sure from up here, but Hagar will take the throw. In the middle, looking to pick out Larson this time. She's got it. She's taken out, and a penalty kick for the Lopes. They have a chance to equalize.
Well, we said it was only a matter of time before the Lopes offense broke out. It was only a matter of time before Sydney Hammond got called for the penalty there. She's been very aggressive in the last few minutes, and she finally pays as the Lopes have now a golden opportunity to make this a brand new ball game at the 71-minute mark.
Lopes will line up to take the penalty kick to tie this one up. Shot, equalizers in the back of the net. And the Lopes have tied it. It's 1-1.
Again, a golden opportunity for the Lopes. We saw a gift early on in this game given to UTRGV, Anna Barkley specifically, a gift given to the Lopes here at the 71-minute mark as Sydney Hammond could have potentially cost her team a 1-0 victory in the later stages of this game.
JC Ironshad, the leading goal scorer for the Lopes, gives us her 4th on the season, and we are tied. Lopes now 2 for 2 on penalty kicks. Well, that was the first penalty kick given up by UTRGV this season. So now the Lopes with some life, trying to get things going. Falling down is a defender. Here's Prokop. Prokop has a go. One hop on the short hop to Lenardi. And now the Lopes got some of that energy back that we saw in that first half, Jack. we were just talking about 10 minutes ago. I think I was just saying they need to see one go into the back of the net, and now they have. And now they're just starting to lick their chops for goal number 2.
Well, Marlene Schimmer, like you said, has been at 100% throughout the entire, almost the majority of this game. Now it looks like this entire offense trying to get there as well after tying things up. But again, trying to stop that offensive affair for UTRGV, who continues to put a little bit more pressure on Jordan Ferguson in this second half than they did in the first half.
Corner kick for the Vaqueros. Lopes got to be careful. Set pieces have not been their friend this season. Zapata still on the bench for UTRGV, but you definitely got to expect that you're going to see her coming back here very soon if you are the Vaqueros. Cross played in off the corner kick and cleared away by the Lopes so that they can reset. There is a Lope down in the 6-yard box, but back to her feet. And a good sign for GCU. That was Hannah Edwards who went down for a moment, but she's back up. Ball played in, one hopped into the hands of Jordan Ferguson, and she'll start things for the Lopes. So now,
big sigh of relief for Jordan Ferguson as well in this game after giving up that goal at that 9.5-minute mark, slipping through her fingers. Brand new ball game here. She's kind of let off the hook defensively by her offense late in this game.
So on the 20th shot for the Lopes and the 8th that they've put on goal, they finally find one in the back of the net. They've now taken 21 shots with 9 on goal for the game. But now it'll be interesting to see what tactical changes that these two head coaches make and who's going to re-enter or come in for the first time here in the final 13 or so minutes of this one. Or 17 minutes, excuse me, of this one. We're only in the 73rd minute. And it's a 1-1 game all the way out wide. Staying even with her is Raquel Hagar. Great job from Hagar to stay with the speed of the Vaquero winger. Stuck the foot in and the Lopes take it away again. Big move from Danny Babb. Ferguson's going to pick it up. The defense telling Ferguson to take a couple more yards, and she will. She's going to boot that one well up the field, over the head of Prokop, but onto the foot of Jones. Here comes GCU again. Prokop trying to get there. And a foul on Lindsay Prokop. Be the 13th foul of the game for the Lopes. Lopes pick it back up. Lindsay Prokop again on the ball. Has it poked away for a second. She'll get it back in the corner. Left-footed cross in, deflected away. Alderson's able to get it in the middle. Larson, her settle attempt is too strong. She's taken out again, not going to get the call this time. That one might have been a more obvious foul than the first. The Lopes bench is unhappy with that one. That one looked more so of a foul than the first one did, Jack.
Well, I think this stadium's just gotten a little bit louder since Sydney Hammond has entered this game defensively, Kyle. Really shaking things up. You see Chris Sissel there fired up. Steaming mad down there on the Lopes sideline as they continue to try and create some luck for themselves offensively.
Jones had it poked away. Lopes still with it. Shot from distance is right at the awaiting Miley Lenardi.
Again, didn't have to play the guessing game right there. Was Miley Lenardi right in her hands, right in her breadbasket, able to once again salvage one for UTRGV. But again, the Lopes offense continues to come storming, trying to put the pressure on Lenardi.
Well, here comes Larson trying to apply some pressure. Crossed in Jones. It's headed away by the defense of the Vaqueros into the hands of Miley Lenardi. I believe Swift was the one that got her head to that one. As it will be substitutions for both sides coming up. But the ball hasn't gone out of play for a while, and as I say that, the ball goes out of play. So here in the 76th minute, we will get those subs. It's going to be Reese Mendenhall for the Lopes. In for Prokop. Looks like Lily Mea and Zapata back in for UTRGV. Hammond will come out for UTRGV. Shimmer getting a pep talk from Coach Sissel before she checks in on the next dead ball. But the other one coming out for UTRGV was Anna Frida Goydam. So Zapata back into that front line for UTRGV, and now the Lopes have to be aware of her. She's now fresh, coming off about a 15-minute break. She checked in along with Mari Lise Lilima as Shimmer now checks in. Danny Babb's going to come out for Shimmer, so talked about Shimmer probably getting a rest for her as well. She got about a 10-minute break, just about, give or take. And we got a whole new ball game, Jack. We're tied at 1.
Again, 12 minutes to go. You bring in the heavy hitters offensively, trying to create some space. Again, Chris Sissel coaching this one to perfection thus far from a defensive side, with UTRGV continuing to not catch any breaks they may have right there.
And they definitely did, as Whitaker came in to slide, tackle the ball away, and she just clipped UTRGV attacker. And those are the ones on the borderline. Is it a penalty kick or just a free kick? And at this point in the game, you can see Edwards, Whitaker, and Belzer all right there saying that she was out of the box, and so was the ball, and it should be a free kick from the corner. But this is going to be a test for your freshman goalkeeper here in the 78th minute.
Well, I just said she got let off the hook moments ago. All eyes on Jordan Ferguson now with about 12 minutes left in this ball game.
Zapata's going to take. She's got 3 goals on the season, and 2 of them have been game winners. What does the freshman Jordan Ferguson have? Can she answer the call for save number 2 on the night, or will the Vaqueros take a lead with 12 minutes to play? Whistle blows, Zapata to take, and it's into the top corner. Emily Zapata picks up goal number 4 on the season, and it's a UTRGV 2-1 lead.
And you couldn't have placed that ball any better if you're Emily Zapata, too. Jordan Ferguson guessing right on that one, moving to her left. That ball again had the height, though, in the back right corner of the post, giving UTRGV the lead. Again, it was only a matter of time before Emily Zapata made her presence felt in this game. The big penalty in this game with 12 minutes left. Another gift handed to UTRGV, taking advantage.
We'll see what the Lopes can do here in the final 12 minutes. Only down by a goal. They've answered the call once. They're going to have to do it again to try and force an extra couple of periods. Trying to force that extra 20 minutes of play. After that extra 20, it would end in a tie if the Lopes can tie this one up at 2 first. Got to climb the mountain, though, if you're GCU. They've shown that they can do it. They've applied a ton of pressure here in the last 10 minutes. Now just trying to win the ball back, as UTRGV is going to try and be as meticulous on the ball as they can. Ferguson's going to pick it up. And we talked about those Lopes heavy hitters on the field right now. You wonder if we'll have any more substitutions going forward as this one gets to Shimmer. Marlene's got some space. She's got Mendenhall with her. She finds Ironshad in the middle. It's poked away. She's taken out. No call. Now with a ton of space, here comes UTRGV trying to feed one through. Ferguson's there. She stands tall. Comes away with it.
Tall as 2 people trip over her. Again, a very aggressive play for UTRGV, trying to take the 2-score lead. The Lopes defense stepping up in a big way, and again, a ton of discipline there for Jordan Ferguson to hold on to that one.
Jones makes a turn. It took a deflection. She got held. Did she get there in time? Wide open net. Larson's settle attempt is too strong. It's still to Larson. Deflected away. Schimmer's got it on the wing. Schimmer has a go. Off the post. Rebound again. Deflected away and cleared. And it's out of play. Lopes had about 4 cracks at that one, and now a foul on JC Ironshad. She's going to pick up a yellow card. It's going to be JC's first card of the year.
When you talk about this being a game of inches, the Lopes, with the first opportunity, the pass just out of the reach of Cameron Larson. You come back, that last one off the right side of the goalpost, just inches away from tying things up. Miley Lenardi almost having a heart attack down there by the net, able to come away with 4 opportunities on the Lopes offensive side with a giant goose egg, still a 2-1 game.
10 minutes to go. Time is no longer on the Lopes side. You saw the ball get to Jones on that last attack. Jones got held on the turnaround. Then she ended up meeting Lenardi at the ball, and the deflection went to Larson, and she had to settle it down, and her settle attempt just took too strong of a touch, and then 2 defenders coming at her. Larson was able to get there with still basically a wide open net. Shot deflected. Schimmer had it. It hit off the post. Ironshad had a ton of looks at it. There's about 4 different Lopes that could have came away with a goal, as the Lopes are going to get a foul this time, but after that attack, again, if you're the Lopes, that should give you some confidence.
Well, that's a lot to keep up with, Kyle. Nice play-by-play right there, analysis from our play-by-play
And
man,
on the recap, too.
But Miley Lenardi with a lot to work with there. Her defenders not really helping her out in a big way. And like you said, definitely going to give the Lopes some confidence, hoping to boost their offensive play with 9.5 minutes left to go.
Mendenhall's going to find Larson. Larson bumped off the ball, and that's going to get out of bounds for a goal kick. Looks like we might have a couple of offensive substitutions getting ready for GCU here in a few moments. Coach Sissel talking to Lindsey Prokop and Danny Babbs, so you would think that those are going to be some offense for defense substitutions, kind of like you see in basketball. You see those offense for defense substitutions late in games for free throw shooters. See if we get that and maybe a equalizing goal yet again. Lopes, no stranger to coming down from behind. They've been able to do it quite a bit this season and have done it well, as Zapata trying to get one through. Edwards going to clear it out of bounds for a throw. So now UTRGV going to start to take their time getting to each ball at a player every free kick or corner kick. And at some point, you got to think the referee will stop the clock as we hit the final 5 minutes of play here in just a couple of minutes. Referee has already dished out a bunch of yellow cards here today. A couple for fouls and a couple for just basic plays, not respecting the required distance and so on. So wouldn't be surprised to see a couple of vaqueros pick up yellow cards for time wasting or delaying the restart of play, as the letter of the law states. That one played over. Schimmer trying to come onto it, taken away by the vaqueros. They're going to play it long again, trying to use their speed on the wings. Hagar gets taken out on the far side. Edwards comes in, gets it away. Can Schimmer keep it in place? She will. Now Marlene's got to try and dance with it and find some teammates. Both sides will make substitutions. In the middle with it. Out wide for JC Ironshad. Here she comes. She makes a move around a defender. Ironshad trying to cut back to her left foot. She will. Plays it in the middle. Mendenhall's touch. Larson back for Mendenhall. Deflected. Jones touch. Goal kick.
Yeah, Ryan Jones going for the scissors kick there, trying to get it back on the right side. You saw Miley Lenardi kind of swinging to her right there, trying to defend Jones's last attempt, but wasn't able to square it up. As the Lopes again, tick-tock, tick-tock. You're running out of time in this game, 5.5 minutes left, and like you said earlier, Kyle, kind of what you were alluding to, UTRGV kind of looking to milk the clock up by 1. We should see some stoppage on the clock in between dead ball time from these officials. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, no stoppage time, so no time added on here in collegiate soccer as Cologne checks back in for UTRGV. Whitaker, Johnson check out for the Lopes. Babb, Prokop are in with 5 minutes and 15 seconds left to find an equalizing tying goal and force the extra stanzas. Another Vaquero throw-in. As you see the Lopes, they're going to start just giving the ball to UTRGV. So Bielfa sends it in. Lopes got to get back on possession quickly. Fighting for it was Edwards. Out of play. Lopes going to catch a break on the errant pass. Now you're going to start to see about 8 or 9 Lopes forward if they can get it towards midfield. But they can't this time. Zapata makes a move, crossing in the middle. Cleared out of play, cleared out of bounds for a corner kick. And as expected, they're going to probably play this one short and not into the box. Torzlov over there. She'll feed it in. Played into the corner. Throw in coming. Bielfis will probably look to go long, as she does most often with the throw-ins tonight. Pass played in the middle, can't be controlled. Lopes can have it. They have it with Prokop. Prokop's touch, too strong. She stays with it for a moment, stays with it again. Schimmer pops it up. She'll get it back to Prokop. Across for Mendenhall, back in the middle. Edwards pokes it away. She's going to have it. She'll find Schimmer. This is who you want on the ball in these situations. She finds Prokop. Looking to keep it in play. She can't. Goal kick coming for UTRGV. Mendenhall's got it in the middle, trying to go over the top for Schimmer. Lenardi starting to play off her line a little bit to keep those balls from becoming dangerous.
All it really takes is one big Vaqueros offensive possession here, trying to get it into enemy lines with a little more than 2 minutes remaining, but the Lopes offense continuing to put the pressure on. We'll see if they can break away right here.
She's got Babb. Babb to the end line. Back to the middle. Jones wide. Two minutes remaining.
Well, I think Miley Lenardi's heart just dropped there. That one again, just a tad bit to the right of the goalpost with the Lopes with a wide open opportunity there. Danny Babb with the pass on the outside. And of course, Rayanne Jones, she's been a key factor offensively throughout this one, looking to take advantage.
Referee waves down the offside flag, so Schimmer's still with it. Lenardi picks it up, and 60 plus seconds just remaining now, 70, less than 70 on the clock. 60-10 ticks of the clock remaining. Lopes have to keep possession and get it up. Shimmer looks to turn. It's going to be a Lopes throw-in. They got to go quick. 50 seconds. Here's the turn from Ironshad. Ironshad with it, finding Prokop. It's going to be a Lopes corner kick. Here we go. We could have some fireworks with 30 seconds left, Jack. Lopes going to throw everybody but Ferguson in the box. So all 10 field players are in. Cross on the ground. Takes a hop through. No purple jerseys there. And it's going to be picked up by the Vaqueros. And that's likely going to do it. Heartbreaker for GCU. A 2-1 UTRGV Vaquero victory on the penalty kick goal.
Talk about a tuck and nip type game, Kyle, as the Lopes, I mean, it sounds like a broken record, but they had their opportunities in this one, especially late. Unable to come away with the big hit. You could say defensively, both sides, both the UTRGV Vaqueros and the GCU Lopes kind of handing each other their scores here tonight, taking a 1-0 lead at the 9.5-minute mark. Of course, that goal by Anna Barkey just through the fingertips of Jordan Ferguson, making it a 1-0 game. And of course, you talk about the defense of Sydney Hammond really lighting things up late in this game. The big penalty kick by JC Ironshad, giving the Lopes the opportunity to tie things up at 1. And then, of course, the penalty on the other side defensively, allowing the leader on this squad for UTRGV to take advantage, picking up her first goal of the day, with Emily Zapata putting the nail in the coffin in this one. But at the end of the day, the Lopes creating fireworks late in the game. Probably the most life we've seen in this soccer stadium in almost 2 years, Kyle. But UTRGV at the end of the day, limiting the Lopes to a potential just a split in this 2-game set between the Vaqueros and the Lopes.
Yeah, and Emily Zapata, she's got 3 goals in her last 3 matches. 1 each against both New Mexico State games, 1 here today. Let's go ahead, take one final look at your Commonwealth Insurance game summary.
And if you want to put that circle over total shots, 26 total shots for the Lopes to the Vaqueros 10. They just were unable to click when it mattered the most. 10 shots on goal to their 4, 9 saves for the Vaqueros. We mentioned 7 saves in the last game against the Redhawks, 9 tonight. And of course, when you look at those fouls, both defenses in the latter stages of that game really putting the pressure on each other, becoming more and more of an aggressive affair later on in that game, of course favoring the Vaqueros in the end with that penalty kick late.
So Zapata and Barkey, the goal scorers for the UTRGV. JC Ironshad on the penalty kick for the Lopes. It's a 2-1 UTRGV victory. The Lopes fall to 2-8 on the season, 2-4 in Western Athletic Conference play, while the Vaqueros will go to 7-3-2 on the year, 4-3-1 in Western Athletic Conference action. Remember, you can follow Grand Canyon University on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Don't forget to download the Lope Nation app so you can watch all the live streams from your mobile device, or subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/GCU. The Lopes are right back here again Saturday at noon to take on this very same UTRGV Vaquero team. Be sure to tune in with us at 12 o'clock noon Arizona local time. And for our wonderful GCU TV crew, for Jack O'Hara, I'm Kyle Borg, saying have a great rest of your night. Hope to see you back here again on Saturday. And as always, go Lopes!